Hi. So, after this last newsletter, many of you have asked about my fasting regimen. And actually, it's a funny story because my father always had this habit, uh, partially because of his spiritual inclinations, and partially just as a healthy habit. So I've always seen him fasting at least once a week for many years. And then I was myself introduced to the idea of fasting when I was in my early 20s. And my first experience was a 10 days fast, which was for me quite mind-blowing. I do remember very vividly how I actually felt really great. I did not feel weak. I did not feel any lack of energy. I felt really great. I felt light. I felt that my days were full of extra hours. My sleep quality was amazing in those 10 days. And towards the end, I felt quite liberating the level of mental clarity that I've experienced. So it was like going back to home. It was like going back to stuff that I've seen as a child, as a kid, but actually from a more technical perspective. I really enjoyed. Then naturally, I've noticed that many of the food options that I've made in life, and I've tried many different things, they were not as impactful as fasting. And that for me was quite curious. So I don't really see myself being rigid or attached to any type of diet, although my intermittent fast is what really grounds me and gives me time and energy to work and to practice the way I like. So today, I try to make one long fast every year, and weekly I always have this 3 days at least when I eat just once a day. So like yesterday, for example, yesterday was the second day with this window, as we say. So yesterday I had a very early dinner around 5. It was done around 6 at the maximum. And today will be the same. I'll have my dinner around 5, 6. And this is the last day of the week. Tomorrow I'll be probably having 2 meals. One around 2 p.m. and one as early as possible. The amount of time I'll be fasting tomorrow will be at least 16 hours, and the amount of fast I usually do during these 3 more intense days is 20 hours. So I feel great, and mainly early in the morning when I'm about to start practicing, my system is absolutely clean, and that helps me moving deeper into the system to access organs and to access the more organic side of my practice and my body with a certain extra depth. So for me, the fast thing was a family thing, and then it became a major discovery when I've noticed that the positive impacts, at least for me, were amazing. Nowadays, we can find a tremendous amount of technical information around fasting. There is one particular Canadian endocrinologist, if I'm not wrong, but he's a MD. He's producing great books, and working with lots of research. And So I'm always upgrading my understanding of this process, okay? I think we've been designed by nature to feast and then to fast. We've never had this regularity around food. And I'm super fortunate because I've noticed that, and I've noticed the benefits very early in life. So it's been with me for decades now, and I would not trade that for anything. My suggestion is not that you try what I do. My suggestion is that you first read as many books as possible to get yourselves more informed around this. And then my suggestion is that you explore options that might be great for your body, because we are unique individuals. We are really unique in all senses. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. But this is definitely a great option, and there are great doctors helping people to reduce their chronic inflammation or to positively impact their insulin resistance through fasting. So I would not change that in my life. I love waking up very early and feeling my system very clean and ready to jump on my mat and get started with my practice.